3. I'm not entirely sure what time of day it is. How are you doing? Are you having a nice time, sir?
Yeah.
Will you let your face know?
Okay.
Yeah. So, now, I am going to have to address this. I was going to ignore it, but clearly you were expecting me to be in a wheelchair, right? A wheelchair in this space, there's a step. You send it. I don't know, all this money and accessibility that can be put in a ramp on, alright? So, you have come here this evening to watch some stand-up comedy about chronic fatigue. I say stand-up, I will have to sit down soon. So, that's because I will have to demonstrate for you a little bit of my pain, won't I? I have to prove to you that I am indeed worthy of my blue badge. And if you're from the PIP Assessment Centre, ouch. It's all about making people feel uncomfortable though, isn't it? If I lie down here and I cry into my ears, everybody rolls their eyes and gets a bit bored and feels really uncomfortable. It just makes you feel really uncomfortable. You're feeling a bit uncomfortable now, just a little bit. Yeah, well, at least you've got a chair. No, because too much pain will make you feel uncomfortable. It will make for bad theatre. Nobody wants bad theatre, do they? Everybody wants good theatre. Everybody wants a good show, right? Yay! Well, this is a problem play. It is neither a tragedy nor a comedy, clearly. It is something in between. It is something far more interesting. And there are 2 ways that this stand-up can go this evening, folks. Choice 1, with laughter. Choice 2, with the one you lot clearly made. So, let me tell you a little bit about my life. Are you sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Look at you. Imagine this for me. I am lying on the floor of my office with my feet in the air, sticky and decrepit. That's the office, not me. And there is snow coming in from a window onto my face. From a window that I cannot shut. Because I'm short, not because I'm disabled. Not everything is a disability gag, am I right? And I am lying there trying to watch a YouTube video. I say trying because I have got caught in that little loop at the beginning where they play you the ads. Now usually these ads are for sexy single dads or caravans and I am cool with that. But today I'm stuck watching a bad actress in a paint commercial. And she's looking at me in this painkiller commercial and she is saying, just because my pain is invisible doesn't mean it isn't real. And she's pulling this face, which I think is an attempt for her to demonstrate her pain. She sort of furrows her brow a bit, she scrunches up her face, and it sort of looks a little bit like she's about to take a really furious shit. Or maybe have an entirely forgettable orgasm. I don't know. But she's lying there, pulling this face. I will give them this. They have done a good job of making her look unwell. She's grey, she's a little bit sweaty, but it is amazing what you can do with makeup and lights. I mean, clearly not miracles, but you can get somewhere, right? And she's there and she's rubbing her shoulder. This is clearly the source of her pain. And her face is telling me that no matter how hard she rubs, it is not feeling any better. I suggest she tries something else. Suddenly, I'm zoomed inside her body, and in this commercial I can see that her body is filled with flashing red webs. Sorry, these obstructing your view, they will be invisible eventually. And they're flashing on and off like lights on a cheap horror movie. And we are led to believe that this is the cause of her pain. This is her central nervous system flashing on and off. And we zoom back out, and we see she's now in the garden, still looking grey and pallid, but now she has 2 children, beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed children, bouncing up and down on top of her because they are demons. And they do not see her pain. No, she is looking down the camera and she is pleading, I suppose with me. Because this is a targeted ad. This is an ad that is based on all of the keywords that I put into Google while I was still trying to diagnose myself. Because let's face it, female medicine might as well be witchcraft. Am I right? And she's looking at me and she is begging with me to believe her pain. I'll surprise you. I don't. stable. So there I am, lying on the floor. I've got my feet on a chair. It's no bed. And I'm lying in this position because this is the position that my physio, Mark, sexy physio Mark, says that I should lie in to feel some relief. Mark of the sharp, sticking needles, Mark of the scraping silver implements. He says this position will allow me to find some release. It will allow me to give myself a little bit of self-care in my day, a little bit of time out. And I am lying there on the floor and it is not working. There is still a huge knot in my back. My hips still feel like they're going to explode. And on my chest feels like a chair leg pushing down. This chair leg, obviously attached to a chair. And this chair being sat on by a really fat man. And that sadist is looking at me. And he is smiling. I'm not going anywhere. And he's pushing down on my chest. Meanwhile, downstairs in the equally sticky and decrepit theatre, my cast are waiting for me to begin rehearsals. I'm already late. The conversation probably goes a little bit something like this. It goes, where's this bitch? Shouldn't we have started rehearsals by now? She's 10 minutes late already. Maybe she's ill again. Ooh, maybe she's drunk. Maybe she's on drugs. Maybe she's gone insane. But no, I am lying on my office floor, wondering what happens if this is the moment that my bowel decides to go into spasm. Because I will not make it to the bathroom in time. Believe me. And when my students come looking for me, they will find me lying on my office floor in a river of my own shit. Excellent.
Miss Fitch?
Yes?
I had a question about the play.
Yes?
Well, I've been reading it again, and, well, I just can't connect with it.
But what are you not connecting with exactly, Trevor?
Well, just all of it, basically. I don't understand it.
Right, well, can you be, I don't know, a bit more specific, maybe?
Well, you know, like, the premise, the plot lines, and all the characters, just basically all of it. I just don't get it.
Right, well, I see.
You know, like that main woman?
Helen,
Yeah. Well, I really don't get her.
what is there not to get?
Well, she's just, you know, not a very likeable heroine, is she? She's just sort of like pathetic in that.
She's in love. Trevor, we're all a bit pathetic when we're in love, aren't we? We've all been there. Some of us are there now.
You know, I really don't like that love that loves her either.
You mean Bertram, your character?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I know I doesn't like her to start with because she's proper lame, but, like, he's a proper arsehole to her, and then he just, like, likes her again in one line in the final scene.
Well, that will be your challenge, won't it, Trevor, as an actor, to bring that to life. And that's a challenge that you are absolutely ready for.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that I just don't understand it at all.
Well, it's January. We've got plenty of time to learn to understand it together. That's what rehearsals are for, to find that journey together, all of us.
Well, Miss Pitch, I was thinking, well, we were all wondering if it was too late to change. Yeah. Well, you know, we talked about doing the Scottish play this year, and I don't know if you remember.
Yes, I remember. We had a conversation. We conversed about it, and then I decided that we would be doing All's Well, a far more compelling and interesting play. Because you see, Trevor, it's a proper play. It's neither a tragedy nor a comedy. It's something in between, something far more interesting. Trevor, let me tell limbs or his charms. To look at Trevor, you might think Byron. You might think George Emerson in a room with a view, climbing a tree and shouting about truth and beauty. Trevor will disappoint you. Trevor, like Romeo last year, a lackluster Romeo who spent far too much time fiddling with his sword. He does have his moments though, mainly due to his hair. His hair is incredible. It's very expressive. Now, his hair is so poetic that it almost completely makes up for his lack of soul. He's the kind of man who is beautifully, ludicrously tanned in January and wears a small cowl shell necklace around his young throat. Now, while he is distinctly lacking in charisma, he is tall enough that if he rebels, the entire cast will go with him. Trevor, who is quite clearly Brianna's puppet. Brianna, who will be so pleased with this little rebellion here, that she'll probably give him a hand job in his cell in the car park. Brianna, oh, Brianna of the burnished hair. Brianna of the sea green eyes. Brianna of the B- mind, who still believes she deserves an A simply for breathing. See, in the universe of Brianna, I am merely a small cog in the machine of her ultimate success. And the universe wants her to succeed. The universe wants Brianna to win. And of course, it's her parents that are the main donors for this theatre programme. Which explains why this year Brianna will play Helen. It explains why last year Brianna played Juliet. And the year before she played Rosalind. And it explains why I have heard all the most interesting, complex women in Shakespeare die in her unworthy throat. But she is also the reason that we have this programme in the first place. Brianna, of the beaming smile and the wonderful skin, of the bendable, flexible body, Brianna who bounces her way into every room. I hate how much I want her to like me. I hate that I hate her. But I hate her. Reading an essay of Brianna's will make you worry for the future of this planet. It will make you scream, what the actual fuck are you talking about? Into the gallons of Pinot Grigio you have had to order in order to get through marking her work. Drinking until the bartender says,
Miss, are you alright?
and before you know it, everything's changed and the light's different and then everybody's gone home and there's nobody left in the bar and there's nobody else to get me another drink.
Ah! You're here!
When I open my eyes, there are three men. Three men sitting at the bar beside me, two to the left, one to the right, all in dark suits, one tall, one fat, and one middling. They all have drinks. How did I not see them before?
Where were you?
Where was I?
You seem to have gone to a land far, far away. In your mind.
I guess I did.
Not the best trip, I take it.
No. But our remedies oft in ourselves lie, which we ascribe to heaven.
Too bad. And now, let me guess. I used to be prednisone, followed by steroid shots. Am I right?
No, the rest have worn me out with several applications.
Nature and sickness do debate it at their leisure. Conflicting views about your MRI, nodding their doctor heads, playing God. Some say, let's cut her open. Others say, cut what? Nothing there, nothing to cut. Then what? Physiatrists with their pill solutions. A dozen physical therapists. Some say, stretch. Some say, don't dare stretch. Some say, bend forward.
How mightily sometimes we make comforts of our losses.
Some say, bend backwards.
How mightily other times we drown our gain in tears.
Some say, all you have to do is rest. Just rest. Some say, move. Movement is king. Some say heat. Some say ice. Some say heat followed by ice. Some say just do whatever makes you feel good. But nothing makes you feel good, does it? The golden remedy. Drink it all up. Drown in gold fire. Drown in golden fire. Then walk whistling along a golden shore. Some say, let pain be your guide. Some guide. Am I right?
Right, can we start at 2 scene 3, please? So the king is healed and Helen enters. Now, please, everybody. Nobody moves. What's going on here? Only Brianna is looking at me, and right in the eye. I have to give it to her. She is breathtakingly unafraid of me. Oh, but I will not lose. Can somebody tell me what's going on, please? I inquire, merely inquiring, because it sounds like I'm curious, but I know what's going on. I have just come from a witch trial with the D, a meeting with the D, where it was strongly suggested to me that I deeply consider switching from All's Well to Macbeth. But they don't know I know. Brianna is taken aback by my approach. I'm not throwing a fit. I am playing dumb and confused, and she did not expect that. And I'm good at it. She forgets that I used to be an actress on much bigger stages than this one. Oh, yes. What's that in your hand? I'd love to see it. If you don't mind, I'll just take a look. You stand there, silent. And somehow now she is on the floor. I watch her ribcage rise and fall faster than it should. She's breathing shallowly. She looks at me, clinging to her wrist where I grabbed her as if it burns, and her hands are trembling. She looks shorter, somehow smaller. I just wanted to see the script. That's really true. That is all I wanted. But Brianna just stares at me. Behind her, the students stare at me too, absolutely expressionless. A sea of faces now turned to me, mouths closed, eyes wide open.